Welcome back, Kevin's Mobile Repair. 2010 Cadillac, what is this? CTS SRX 3.0 engine with a water pump. Right there. So this one was PPing, but we are replacing it with a new one. These are actually relatively simple. So first things first, motor mount. Now in the procedure it says you take off this outlet housing, but these things have little plastic clips, and I guarantee you they're going to break, especially with something that's the age that it is, 12, 13 years old. So what I was able to do is get around that. Put a jack underneath the motor. You remove 3/15s, one nut here, stud, which goes here, here, and here. This one and this one. This is the hard one. This is the one that's up underneath here. So I used a 15mm ratcheting wrench. I was able to walk it off. As the bolt goes up, jack the motor up and keep jacking it up, loosening up the bolt, so that way the bolt does not bottom out at the bottom of this. Once the bolt's up high enough, the motor is up high enough, you can then take the bolt out and then take the motor mount and everything out with it without disturbing this, because that will guarantee cause a leak when you try and take that off, or snap. So either A, you got to have a new one with you, or do as is, and that way you do not have to replace that one component. But water pump right here. Now for quick tip, do not loosen up these 10s until the belt is still on here. The belt's still on. You can use it as the tension to loosen these 10s up, either a wrench or a ratchet, either way. But if the motor is also jacked up, you can get to it here with a ratchet with no big deal. But if the belt's still on there, it keeps tension on it and you can get it off a lot easier. Then 1/2 inch, release your tension for your belt, take your belt off. Now this one was coolant soaked, so we are putting in a new one. Another tip, it is nice and hot out today. If you leave the belt out in the sun, it will become more malleable and it will go on easier without fighting you. So put the belt back on, put everything back in, put the motor mount back in, air filter housing goes back in, piece of pipe. That's not big of an issue. That's pretty standard. No tools for that except for like an 8mm for the clamp up at the top, and the 2 connectors for the sensors, mass airflow and like barometric pressure. But other than that, relatively simple job. Any questions or comments, please feel free to let me know.